Hello, and welcome to episode 34 of your favorite podcast, Those Crazy Weirdos. I'm Cameron.
And I'm Martine.
And, yeah, how was that?
I love you.
I usually mess them up, so I don't know.
You did well.
So we should do a prime factorization. Are you ready for this?
Oh boy, I don't know if anyone else is.
By 17. That's it.
Wow.
That's it. That's the prime factorization for 34, isn't it?
Fascinating content.
You're welcome. I know. So Thanksgiving just went through. Happy Thanksgiving. What?
I enjoy how cocky you're being in the first 20 seconds of this.
I'm not cocky. Whoa, not cocky.
Your favorite podcast. I know. You're welcome.
I was pointing at you, so but I am talking to the listeners because they're listening, and of course this is their favorite podcast.
I'm just gonna save you really quick.
Okay, yeah, please do. Please do. You take the handle here. I'm gonna
take me away.
Take a sip of the tea.
I'm gonna do the same thing, so that might not work too well. I have a tea that you made me, surprisingly.
Right. Okay. Hit me.
Woo! That smell is not one that I'm used to.
I mean, you kind of saw me.
No, I didn't actually
make it.
No, I didn't.
Gave you hints.
I think it's the raspberry tea my parents gave us. The PC brand raspberry tea. Why do you keep moving your hands that way? He's moving his hands all over the place.
Oh, I don't know. I just did.
You didn't even say if my guess was right.
Well, because you haven't locked in a guess yet. Dude, sometimes you change your guess 18 times.
With the honey that my parents also brought from orange blossoms.
Have you even tasted it?
No.
Well, you're wrong. So, you might want to try tasting it.
Fine. You're going to be that way.
Okay, I'm just going to talk. So, Thanksgiving just passed. That's really fun. Okay.
Is it not the raspberry tea my parents gave?
It is that raspberry tea. You are correct about that.
Then what am I? Oh, it's just regular honey?
No.
No honey?
No honey. I fooled you. I duped you.
So it's just tea?
No.
Just no mix-ins?
There is.
It's just not a good day in the tea taste testing, eh? What is it?
It is green biosteel.
Really?
Correct.
Interesting. Have you tasted it?
No.
Try.
I made it for you.
Thank you. I can't taste the green magic juice at all. He has a massive look of surprise on his face.
No, you're not wrong. I don't taste it at all either. Wow, that is a strong tea.
Did you take the tea bag out?
Yeah, almost immediately.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good, though. That's a really good tea. It's just a really strong flavor. It's stronger than your other ones.
I think it has licorice in it, which is something that I'm not used to tasting with it. But it has not a bad aftertaste.
No, it tastes really good, actually. I really like that, actually. It's quite good. Mm-hmm. All right. Thanksgiving just passed. Speaking of your parents giving you tea, they gave it to you at Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Shall we talk about it?
Yeah, we had my parents over. It was really fun.
We ate 2 chickens.
No, we didn't.
Yeah,
eventually. We just finished them yesterday.
But most importantly, we ate pumpkin pie with an equal portion of whipped cream.
You ate pumpkin pie with an equal portion of whipped cream. The rest of us had a normal portion.
Please email in to thosecrazyweirdospodcast@gmail.com to tell us whether you eat your pumpkin pie with a baby tiny little useless amount of whipped cream or a proper portion of whipped cream.
When he says proper, he literally strives to not even be able to see the pie.
If you can see the pie, not the crust, the filling,
you'll know
you're
what
doing
you're
it wrong. Okay.
I felt so proud of us for getting the pumpkin pie, the canned pumpkin, 2 months in advance.
We got everything in advance. We actually barely bought anything.
We bought vegetables.
Oh, okay. Other than the fresh stuff, yeah. But we had the chickens frozen. It was great.
It was really good.
We also got a cool game from your parents.
Ooh, we played
Gemstone
that.
Caverns.
Yeah. Ooh.
Shout out to Gemstone Caverns if you as the listener have not played this game. It is actually quite good. It's quite simple. It's fun. It's quick.
Makes me think a bit of Blockus, but like make your own. You play against yourself, sorta.
Yeah,
Tetris
it's like this
style.
fun like Tetris shape game. It's cool.
Yeah, it's good for
very
spatial
cool.
orientation.
Yeah, it's nice and there's like a solid amount of thinking without. You don't have to think too heavily if you don't want to, sort of thing.
I creamed just maybe exaggerated. I beat you the last time we played.
Yeah, but we both did really well.
Yeah, we did.
And by the way, cream, you beat me by what, like 6 points?
I don't know, something like that.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
was
fun
like,
saying
yeah.
creamed.
Anyway,
That was fun.
Anything else you want to add before we move on?
It's warm like summer again now, which
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, it's.
Okay, to be fair, the weather did cooperate. It got cold for Thanksgiving. We got a
That's
couple
true.
days in the
That was
negatives there.
nice.
We got like -1, -2. Oh, hello.
Our puppy just barked himself awake.
Oh, he's dreaming. Yeah. Okay. Wow, that was really loud.
Yeah.
Anyway, we had a couple like days of -1, -2, somewhere around there, and then all of a sudden Thanksgiving happened with that perfect cold weather. Had some hot chocolates, and then now we're back in like the 15s.
Yeah, I had to wear long sleeve shirts and shorts to go for a walk
Yeah, it's
today.
like 20 degrees today. That's so weird. That's so weird for mid-late October.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Can you believe we're like past the halfway point of October? We're the 18th.
Yeah. No, I can't believe
Where
it. I don't want to believe
Has
it,
it gone?
if I'm honest, but I do believe it.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Really.
Anyway.
Truly.
Anyways,
All
do
right.
you want to get in some facts?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cue the theme tune.
Roll the theme tune.
Those crazy weirdos. Those crazy weirdos. Those crazy weirdos.
You don't say.
No, I don't.
Right. That's good. Okay, I was trying to come up with a creative intro for this section, and then I blanked and just said the words. So now let's move on. All right, I have some facts for you today
Do it. You go first.
about moons.
I thought it was going to be about cows at first.
No, just moons.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, are you ready?
Yes.
So what sparked this was the whole Earth's got a new moon craze that's been going through the news recently.
Yeah.
So I wanted to, I was curious. I was like, is it really a moon? Like, what's the definition of a moon?
Right.
Is the ISS a moon? If this random little asteroid is a moon, how big is it? Whatever. So I did some research. I thought it'd make a good podcast thing because it's fairly short, right?
Cool.
So let's go through some definitions of moon first, because I think that's actually, yeah. Thank you, people, for being here and listening to me read definitions of the word moon. Yes, riveting podcast material. Ready? From National Geographic. A moon is an object that orbits a planet or something else that is not a star. Wow.
That's it?
So within that definition, the ISS is a moon.
Like a nail could be a moon, couldn't it?
Cambridge Dictionary says a round object that moves around a planet. Wow, so it has to be round.
So it can be like a bearing, a ball bearing.
And then dictionary.com has any planetary satellite.
Oh my goodness.
So
Useless.
actually, in the dictionary definition of a moon, literally anything, like you could have a speck of dust.
And it's considered a moon?
You could have man-made objects, whatever.
Did you find an astrological definition? Astronomical definition?
Astrological.
The moon is anything you feel somewhat drawn to on a rotating basis.
Especially in the month of October. Sorry. Oh, okay. So in general, though, scientifically, what I found is that a moon is a natural satellite of a planet.
Okay.
So from the NASA, sorry. Why is it not NSA? Why is it CSA? What is the A in NASA for?
I don't even know what NASA stands for
I
except
have no
Space
idea.
Agency. North America?
Oh.
Nah. I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway.
National American?
I don't know. Anyway. It's a natural satellite of a planet. So, under that definition, it means that it has to not only be a satellite, so it has to like orbit, quote unquote. But I just watched a cool minute physics video about how moons orbit their planets, but it's really a bit different because it's just like they're orbiting the sun just kind of weirdly. But it has to be natural. So that's the difference. So the ISS wouldn't be a moon.
Interesting. Yeah. Do you want to know what NASA stands for? I looked it up really quick.
Oh yeah, sure.
National Aeronautics and Space Administration.
Right.
The administration caught me off guard for some reason.
That is weird. Okay. Cool. Anyway, that's it. I'll get into the other things later.
Cool. That was neat. That was actually...
This has been Definitions with Cameron.
You know,
I
it was actually more interesting than I thought it was going to be.
Okay, right, okay.
So good on you. So I am doing a series on Ig Nobel Prizes. For anyone who's just tuning in, welcome. And the Ig Nobel Prizes are essentially like a parody of Nobel Prizes, but they are awarded to actual people for actual things they've done. So
there you go.
Just, they're funny. So right. Give me a year.
2000. Let's go late noughties. Okay. 2009.
All right. Let's see if we have done that one yet. No, we haven't. Okay. In 2009, the award for economics was given to directors, executives, and auditors of 4 Icelandic banks for showing that tiny banks can quickly become humongo banks and vice versa. And also for showing that the same kind of thing can be done to an entire national economy.
Oh, cool. Okay, so I guess Iceland went through some really
I think they went through some sketchy bank stuff, and the banks did some weird things and then got massive, and then all of a sudden people found out, and then those banks that were massive became tiny again, and then the entire economy fluctuated with that.
Right. It was also 2009, which was the height of the economic crisis in the States. Anyway, yeah, that's very funny.
Yep.
Okay.
The award for mathematics was given to the governor of Zimbabwe's Reserve Bank for giving people a simple, everyday way to cope with a wide range of numbers by having his bank print notes with denominations ranging from 1 cent to $100 trillion.
Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. Whoa. Zimbabwe was printing 1 cent notes?
I didn't realize they had it that small. I thought that they would have cut off the bottom by now.
I thought they scaled them up, but then equally scaled them back from the bottom.
Same.
Dude, what could you have bought with a 1 cent Zimbabwe note? Wow, a literal grain of sand would cost you more than 1 cent. That's
for real.
So funny.
I love the way they phrase these things. The award for medicine was given to Donald L. Unger for looking into a possible cause of arthritis by cracking his left hand knuckles and not his right hand ones every day for 50 years.
That's awesome.
I know. We've talked about this guy a lot. Did you realize he got an Ig Nobel Prize?
I did not know, but everyone talks about him.
Yeah, man.
He's
the proved it.
Only long-term study really on it.
50 years. Do you know how asymmetrical he must feel?
Not at all. That's the point. That's what he proved. He proved that there was literally no difference.
But if you were to bend down and crack one knee, wouldn't you want to crack the other knee as well?
Yes.
Wouldn't you feel imbalanced?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so 50 years, man.
50 years of... I imagine after a month, it's fine. You get used to it. It's a habit, but...
Probably.
I would hate it. Because I just cracked my knuckles and I cracked them on both hands because I'm like you. I would need to symmetricize myself.
Anyways, the award for veterinary medicine was given to a pair in the UK for showing that named cows give more milk than unnamed cows.
Really?
I feel like that makes sense, though. If you name a cow, you care about it more. I
do know that dairy cows can't, or I thought I heard that they can't give milk unless they're happy. Like stress.
Yeah.
Stress puts the mother's body in a weird state where she won't
and the
lactate.
milk will taste weird too, I think.
Yeah, she doesn't lactate if she's too stressed. So like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. If you've named your cow, it means that you're probably treating it better than a cow.
I like that it's substantiated though.
That's cool. Yeah, that's really cool.
The award for peace was given to 5 men from university in Switzerland for determining whether it's better to be hit in the head with a full or an empty beer bottle. Just imagine that's their like capstone project.
Epic. Other than that, no comment.
The award, okay, this is in 2009. The award for public health was given to a trio from the US for inventing a bra that can be converted into a pair of face masks. One for you and one to give to someone else.
This was during COVID or what?
No, this is 2009.
So,
I know, it feels very much like a 2020 convention.
Yeah, wait, what? That really does feel like it was before its time. It was a decade before its time for sure. All right.
Anyways, that was all I had for 2009.
Crazy, dude. All right, that was pretty long. Should we do some more moon facts?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So let's talk about Earth's new moon, which, as we've learned, is actually technically a moon. Which means that Earth has like a bunch of moons, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
So it is called 2024 PT5. It is an asteroid mini-moon that will have its orbit affected by Earth for a couple of months until being shot back into the solar system. So that's what it is. It's called 2024 PT5. It's an asteroid. So the couple of months is going to be from September 29th to November 25th.
2024. So it's currently happening.
So it's currently orbiting. Well, it's currently having its orbit affected by Earth.
Right. Yeah.
It is only 11 meters in diameter.
That's so small.
I am so curious as to why this moon, this asteroid in particular, was picked up by the media cycle.
Yeah.
Because reading about it, it seems like this has happened many times before.
I've heard of this happening in like a TV show when I was little.
And no one ever calls them mini moons. Earth's going to get a new moon for Earth.
Maybe it's just because
so
of all
many
the
headlines. It's very, very sensationalized. But I can't find it for any of the other ones that have happened in the past. It's really weird.
That's interesting.
And yet it's tiny. 11 meters,
Yeah,
Martine.
that's actually way smaller than I was expecting.
That's like corner to corner in this room, isn't it?
Yeah,
11 meters, not even maybe. That's crazy. So can you see it, do you think?
I mean, it's not that big. I would say maybe no.
No, of course not. It's 11 meters across. No one can see it. It's way too small to see with your naked eye. Or even amateur backyard telescopes. Even people with like proper telescopes in their backyard will not be able to see it.
Oh my gosh.
The only people who will be able to see this thing are folks looking through large, professional 30-inch telescopes.
But like, why do you want to see it? It's not all that amazing.
That's what I'm saying.
It's going to be a speck.
Only professionals will ever be looking at this thing and they'll be studying it. It's literally just
my goodness.
People who do this as a job and are like, oh, there's an asteroid, I have to document that, whatever.
Yeah.
Those are the only people who will see this thing. I have no idea what the hype is about. I'm genuinely so confused.
Yeah.
You can't see it. So even if you're an amateur backyard telescope person, what are you hyped about? You literally can't see it.
You can't see anything.
Yes.
That's weird.
It's so strange.
Also, it's called a lame thing, which is annoying. But I can understand that there's so many things in space. But like 2024, PT, blah, blah, blah. What was it called?
PT5.
PT5, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they're shortening it to PD. Like Peter, but PD. Hey, PD. Do you want to know something I learned on another podcast? No Such Thing as a Fish. Good podcast. About naming things in space.
Yeah, hit me.
You know how there was... Oh, I forget what the object was. But some guy named something in space after his cat.
Okay.
Who's called Spock.
Okay.
But then I guess a bunch of people had issues with that because Spock, Star Trek, and it was like... too, I don't know.
Right, yeah. Okay.
Like too much of a thing. So they made a rule where you're not allowed to name anything in space after your pets.
No.
because of that.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
come on. That's such an over-exaggeration.
I know.
You just don't tell them that you have a pet with that name.
But, I mean, if you read about Spock blah 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 in space, you wouldn't think that it's named after a cat.
No, you think it's named after Star Trek.
Which is funny.
Which is probably true. It's just,
Yeah.
not even broken telephone. It's just a straight, intact
Yeah.
telephone line. But anyway.
Anyways, I thought that was amusing.
So I have one more thing under
Yeah.
this section. I was saying that Earth has a few. So I actually do have it noted here. Earth has a few quasi satellites that are kind of moons,
Are they permanent?
but in reality, we only have one true moon,
Okay.
which is namely
The
moon.
moon.
Yeah. So I guess a moon has to be a natural satellite of a planet.
Yeah.
I don't know if this thing actually counts as a moon because it I don't know if it counts as a satellite of Earth. Like it has its orbit affected by Earth for a little bit, but then it doesn't.
Yeah, but then it just leaves after only a couple months. That's like nothing in space time.
So I don't think it actually counts as a moon. Unless you're taking one of the other you take National Geographic's definition of a moon is an object that orbits a planet or something else that is not a star. So literally, I could walk around you and I'd be your moon.
Well, I'd rather that the news outlets talk about this new so-called moon than talk about some or other horrible, depressing thing.
Yeah, that's true. Fair enough. All right, I'm going to choose the year 96. Did I do 6 already? 96.
You have not.
Okay.
Good memory. The award for art was presented to Dawn Featherstone from Massachusetts. I like this one. For inventing the plastic pink flamingo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a recent invention, eh?
1996.
Whoa.
And he is the first winner to accept his award in person at the ceremony.
What?
Yeah.
What?
They
How is he the first
in
one?
91.
Yeah, how is he the first?
I mean, it's not like those 4 Icelandic banks are going to go accept their award.
Well, yeah, but that was 2009. Thank you very
fair enough.
much. Oh, what about Gimes? We talked about Gimes last episode. I
Oh,
think.
yeah. I don't remember. We were jumping over through the ages.
Fair
so
enough. Fair enough. I don't remember when that was.
But
either.
I just really like how wholesome that is.
That is really wholesome.
The award for economics was awarded to a doctor for the discovery that, in quotes, financial strain is a risk indicator for destructive periodontal disease.
Wow.
So if you're under some financial stress at the moment, watch out for your teeth.
Okay. Honestly, though, I can see that. I can see people being stressed or whatever. It's super easily avoidable, though. Toothbrushes and toothpaste are really not going to bankrupt you financially, even if you have no money.
I know.
Like you can always buy toothbrush and toothpaste. Like, it's really cheap.
And I'm sure food banks and stuff would provide stuff like that too.
They do provide toiletries and stuff, yeah.
Anyways, I just thought that it's funny that that's what... like, I'm sure that's not your first...
Yeah, I know. It's not your first priority, though, for sure.
Yeah. Anyways, the award to medicine, whatever, was given to 7 men from tobacco companies for their,
Whoa.
in quote, unshakable discovery that nicotine is not addictive.
No. What? This is the 90s.
Yeah, 96.
96? We still had that
Yeah.
garbage science, quote unquote, coming
Yeah.
out? Are you...
From tobacco companies.
Oh my goodness. Wow. It is actually insane that in less than 3 decades we've basically changed the entire, like, all of society's view on cigarettes.
I know.
It's kind of crazy.
It's cool, eh?
It's really good.
Sometimes it feels like change doesn't happen very quickly at all. But then again, you think about like 20 years ago versus now.
Yeah.
It's not that long. People live to be 4 times that much all the time.
And they still had restaurants with smoking areas 20 years ago. So it's crazy.
I mean, I've been in a restaurant with a smoking
I
area.
know, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's insane. It's insane. Anyway, sorry.
Anyways, one more. The award for physics was given to a man from England for demonstrating that the buttered toast phenomenon is a thing, where the toast always seems to fall butter side down.
Oh. Yeah.
He showed that phenomenon is based on physical constants.
So he showed that's true, though.
I don't know. He just showed that it was based on physical constants. I think he showed it was true. I'm not sure though. You can't quote me on that one. I just like that it's a man from England. All right, hit me with your best shot.
Or no,
Burn.
the moon.
Yeah, moon.
All right, ready? This is my last one.
Okay.
How many each planet in the solar system has? So how many moons in particular? So,
that's interesting. I feel like Jupiter has a buttload.
So this is according to NASA/JPL Solar System Dynamics team.
What's JPL?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's just the initialism that was there.
Let's say for now that it's Jamaican Patties Limited. I think
Jamaican Patties Limited is All right, let me try that again then. My bad.
Yeah.
According to the NASA/Jamaican Patties Limited Solar System Dynamics. No. All right. The current tally of moons orbiting planets in our solar system is
112.
No, you're very far. Not you're like ice cold. You're in the Antarctic.
23.
You are even colder if that's possible. You are now at like the coldest place on Earth almost.
1,000?
No, okay, you're even cold.
Cameron, you didn't give me some
You
help.
overshot it. You overshot it. You were less than halfway there though. The first one.
Oh, really? I didn't realize. Sorry, are we talking our solar system?
Yep, our solar system.
So just the like 9 planets or whatever. How many planets are there in our solar system? Mon vieux, tu m'as jeté sur une navette. 8.
Yes.
8. And they've got over 100 moons.
288.
That's a lot of moons.
288 moons. So, mon vieux, as you said, Mercury and Venus, 0.
Oh.
0 each.
Why?
Earth, because they're too close to the sun, I think.
Oh, and
so
the sun would just attract it.
Yeah, the sun's gravity is just like too much.
Pulls it in.
So for Earth,
That's
we barely have enough gravity for 1, so we have 1.
Okay.
And then Mars has 2. Jupiter, like you said, has a lot. 95.
I guess Jupiter is like absolutely massive compared to like Mars and Earth and stuff, isn't it?
So Earth and Mars, 1, 2. Jump to 95.
Yeah.
Even more insane, Saturn.
Yeah.
146 moons around Saturn.
That's so many. Oh, I should have known that, obviously. Isn't that why it has like a ring? Because it's just all the moons? Or is that something different?
My best guess is that 146 moons would not be enough to make rings around Saturn.
Maybe it's an asteroid belt or something. No, that doesn't make any sense.
I think it's just dust. Like I think it's just
maybe.
like dust.
Yeah.
Whipping around real fast. Dude, 146 is not that many. Okay? It's like let's cool it a little. Let's keep a level head. 146 is not that many.
I wonder what the smallest one is.
Uranus or Uranus has 28.
Okay. I'm surprised because that one's also big.
Yeah.
But I guess it's not as big as Jupiter or Saturn.
And then Neptune has 16. So it's this weird, like, what do you call that? Pyramid thing.
Yeah.
So it climbs as you go out to Saturn and then comes back down steadily. But it's literally a pyramid. Like, it's more.
Yeah, like
less,
really a
less,
lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Except for the exception would be Mercury and Venus because they're both at 0. So it's a flat line. Yeah. But yeah. And
That's
then even dwarf planet Pluto. How many moons do you think dwarf planet Pluto has?
1.
5.
Okay. I remember hearing at one point about how it had like 2. It had one really big one that was like almost the size of itself, and they essentially just orbited themselves.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
Still, I'm not sure.
I also heard that on No Such Thing as Fish.
According to the Jamaican Patty Limited people,
yeah.
More than 470 small body satellites beyond Neptune's orbit as well.
Oh, that aren't technically Neptune's moons, but they're like...
No, they're beyond. Sorry, like Pluto is also beyond Neptune's orbit. I meant like
sorry,
outside of the planets.
But still considered in the solar system?
Yeah, Pluto's in the
You said
Kuiper
how many?
belt.
47?
470 small body satellites.
Oh, but that's not the Kuiper belt.
Probably in the Kuiper belt.
Oh, but then why are we calling them out? Isn't the Kuiper belt also massive?
Yeah, the Kuiper belt's outside of Neptune. Pluto is in the Kuiper belt, I'm fairly sure.
Yes. I don't...
Okay, I'm just saying this is in addition to all the planets' moons.
Yeah.
There's also dwarf planet Pluto has 5.
Yeah.
And then there's also more than 470 small body satellites beyond Neptune's orbit. That like satellites. Like a natural satellite is a moon. Right? But these are small body satellites.
Around?
Other things.
Okay.
It's a satellite, so it's got to be going around something.
Okay, sorry. I got
stat. I don't know. Listen, as far as our solar system goes, there's 288. That's Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Yeah. But then there's also dwarf planet Pluto and 470 random ones.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We made it in the end.
And that's it. That's all I have.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. Okay. Do you want to give me one more year?
2004, if I haven't done that one.
Let's see. 2000. Oh, we have not.
There you go.
The award for medicine was given to a couple dudes from the States for their published report. This is a little bit dark. Cue tone change. The effect of country music on suicide.
Wow.
I queued you up for that.
That was really dark. Okay.
Yeah.
What, did the jeans not fit just right? Okay, sorry.
Let's keep going.
It's a really serious topic.
Tone change again.
Yeah.
The award for peace was given to a Japanese man for his invention of karaoke.
Karaoke.
Providing an entirely new way for people to learn to tolerate each other.
That's so funny. Never mind. It totally makes sense that it was invented in Japan. I don't know why I never considered that, despite the fact that the word is obviously very Japanese sounding.
I know. The award for physics was given to a man from the University of Ottawa.
Oh, cool.
And the University of Connecticut. And Haskins Lab for exploring and explaining the dynamics of... Do you want to take a guess?
No.
Okay. Jeez.
All you mentioned is the universities. That's it.
Yes. Hula hooping.
Oh. I would have never guessed that.
I know. The award for public health was given to a woman in Chicago and to Howard University for investigating the scientific validity of the 5-second rule for dropping food on the floor.
Oh, cool. And did you find the results of that study?
No.
I think from what I found is that it's bunk.
Yeah.
Of course it's bunk.
I mean,
it's such a funny thing to put a time limit on it.
I know.
It's like, oh, bacteria is just going to be like, oh, wait, sorry, boys. Count to 5 before we get on there. Oh, no, they're picking it up. Damn it. I didn't have 5 seconds counted. Sorry.
In psychology, the award was given to a couple dudes from the States for showing that inattentional blindness is a thing when paying close attention to something.
When paying close attention to something?
Yes. I will give you an example and it will all clear up. This is something that I encountered in school. You probably have heard of it also.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's really easy to overlook anything else, even a woman in a gorilla suit.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
Dude,
I looked up this clip.
Such a good clip.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember being shown that and I had no idea.
Yeah.
I remembered that I had no idea it had happened. It was a woman in the gorilla suit.
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't know that. I thought it was
I know.
a dude. But anyway, I remember someone showed me that clip and I said, what?
I think we watched it in class.
Playing basketball. Like, what's going on?
Because they ask you at the beginning of the clip to count how many times the people in
That's
white
it.
or
That's
black
exactly
passed
that.
the ball between each other.
Yes, it's exactly that. They draw your attention
Yeah.
somewhere. It feels like magic. This is how it's the
Yeah.
revealing of how magicians make it work.
Yeah.
They tell you to focus on something while they do something else with their hands.
Yeah,
and, then,
and you just don't even. But like watching the video, knowing there's a woman in a gorilla suit that walks in,
it's so obvious.
it's like the most obvious thing ever.
It's so obvious.
It's really cool.
But watching it while
Yeah.
not is. I remember the first time I saw that, my little mind was blown.
Yeah, dude,
It's good.
everyone in the class was like, "What?" Anyways,
Right.
but yeah, they won an Ig Nobel Prize for that,
That's awesome.
which is pretty cool. And this one is actually very interesting. In biology, it was given to a couple of Canadians, which woo,
Canadians.
A
I
guy
like that
from-
little head swivel with the high camp voice.
okay, whatever. It was given to a couple Canadians, a guy from Scotland, a Danish, and a Swedish person, for showing that herrings communicate by farting.
For real?
For real.
Whoa.
No joke.
Like all herons, blue herons included.
Herrings.
Oh, this makes so much more sense. This is why Dane and a Swede were involved. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Wow,
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I thought, okay, yes. Continue.
This has a little bit of a backstory to it, which is absolutely fascinating. This had a major political impact, but
Oh,
in a
really?
good way.
Oh, good.
So, in 1981, this is, keep in mind, 2004 that they got this
Yeah,
award.
yeah, yeah.
So, in 1981, a Soviet submarine became stranded in Swedish waters.
Dun, dun, dun.
And the Soviets were like, it was because of navigational errors. But then no one really believed them entirely. So then Sweden spent all of this money and time being like, we need to protect our waters from the threat of invasion of foreign submarines. So they launched this huge campaign called the Submarine Hunts that lasted in the 80s and the 90s.
Okay.
So like decades. And people were always sort of skeptical of this even having happened in the first place because they had a bunch. Oh, wait, no. Because I can't really speak today. I apologize.
Or read your notes. You
No.
look confused at what you wrote down.
Just because I can't read. People had always been skeptical of this even having happened in the first place, but those who claimed it did happen had, in quotes, evidence. So it was like a bunch of sound recordings from some suspected foreign submarines.
Okay.
And then the oceanographers and the marine biologists.
Sorry. They were doubting the validity of the
The fact-
Soviets?
Yeah, like the fact that they were under threat by foreign submarines in the first place.
Okay.
But then
Sorry. You're
the
right. Okay.
official people were like, no, listen to these weird sounds. They're from foreign submarines.
Right.
And then oceanographers and marine biologists were studying these sounds when they were invited to do so.
Oh, here we go.
And they were like, those are actually probably from herrings farting. So then it was like a really important factor in the end of the submarine hunts, and that saved the Swedish people a whole lot of tax money.
Dude, imagine being the military general who listens to some random audio and goes, those are definitely enemy submarines. Get on the horn. Get the submarine cooking.
Yeah.
And then you just like actually finally, ask a scientist, someone who studies the
Hey,
ocean
at least they asked them to investigate the sound recordings.
and they just simply go, no, that's herrings farting. Like what? You must feel like
You'd have to
such
resign, wouldn't
you
you?
would literally feel like such an arse. Be like, oh, I should have probably asked the people who know the ocean before just thinking some bubbling noises were
Yeah.
definitely enemies.
Anyways, I thought that was fascinating reading about that story.
That's super
They
fascinating.
should have gotten the award for peace, honestly.
For
Anyway.
real.
Yeah,
All right,
those were my Nobel Prizes.
dude, awesome. I can't do it. I don't know how you do it.
Quack, 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 quack,
Quack, quack.
Oh, it's time for the cheerful.
Not the cheerful email. You were just quacking.
Quack, quack question.
Yes.
Sorry,
Okay.
you put me on the spot there.
I did. That was the point, and it worked beautifully. But I think it actually worked amazingly. I don't think I would have got that. That's all on tape. That's recorded. All right. Which would you rather?
Like these questions.
All your food is oversalted
Oh,
or undersalted?
undersalted.
Oh, you answered that way too fast.
I think I would feel like I'm gonna die if all my food was oversalted. I would just learn to appreciate the other flavors more, maybe. I'd miss the salt, don't get me wrong.
Dude, if it was undersalted, though, oh, God.
I think you would probably pick oversalted, no?
I guess, it's a spectrum, right? Like, if there's a spectrum level of salt, or if it was slightly over or slightly under, I'd definitely pick slightly over. But if it was, like, way over or way under, I think you're right. I'd have to pick no salt over too much salt.
Because, like, I'd rather eat an unsalted chicken, for example, than, like...
Well, because you couldn't eat an overly salted. Okay. If we're talking slightly oversalted or slightly undersalted.
Ugh.
Closer to the middle of correct saltation levels.
I feel like slightly undersalted.
I'm talking about a subjective slight undersaltation. Not
like I know. Like not something that I would find
subjectively
salty,
you're like, oh, this needs more salt.
Yeah.
Or subjectively you're like, it's a little too salty.
That's a really irritating feeling, isn't it?
Both of those are really irritating feelings.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the irritation less than the like unpalatability. But yeah.
Ugh. But the thing is that I don't think I'd be able to eat as much if it was slightly oversalted. I feel like I would
be chugging the water.
Yeah, like I would stop because I'd be like, I'm too salted. I think I'm still going undersalted.
I definitely go slightly over, I think.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, this would change as time goes on because your salt, it's like a real thing that you adapt to the level of salt. But also, I don't know. Like, I think if something was slightly, like, subjectively just a little too salty, I'd be...
You'd embrace it.
Happier about that than if it was bland or... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it, though. That was my question. So that was maybe a bit boring.
No, I liked that. I think that was a good question. I like how definitive. How much I know that I picked the right answer. You know what I mean?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's good knowing yourself.
All right. In a world...
Oh, here we go.
Where it's time for the cheerful earful.
Wake up and listen to this jingle. It's time for the cheerful earful. If you're upset and feeling sorry for yourself, well, stop. Hearing of happy happenings, it just might help a lot. Wouldn't you like to hear the tune of a summer's afternoon where there's no way to feel the gloom of any kind, and you will not think of doom or of malign? Oh, it's easier said than done when I just remind of some of the qualities wrong with mankind. Chill out, it's just a cheerful earful. Don't fret, this was just a jingle time.
It is so good.
Thanks.
I maintain that we need to at some point start recording ourselves doing this because your face is just so good when you're doing. Oh, I can't describe it. Everyone. We need to start recording these so they can see your face when you're singing it.
Oh, thanks. That'll help.
It's so funny. It's awesome.
The range on that is untenable.
I can tell because you started with and then you went up to your normal-ish range and then went back to the
Okay, I realized I was trying to figure out why if I was doing something wrong, but it's because I'm doing the piano also in the singing and not just the singing. So right. I have to be able to do it all.
All right.
Anyways, did you like my words?
That was amazing.
Good, thank you.
I say it every time, but I think I'm already cheered. I think we could just move on.
Thank you. Well, we're not, though. I have the cheerful earful this week.
Yes, you do.
And we are going to be talking about... I don't really know. Let me just get into it. We're talking about an insurance company.
How cheerful. Let's go back to the song. Let's go.
It's time for the cheerful info. Okay. We're talking about an insurance company called Aviva PLC.
Okay.
Fascinating. They're based in the UK.
All right.
And in 2021, they announced that Aviva globally aims to be a net zero carbon emission company by 2040.
Okay.
And as such, they've got a global program where they've got £100 million dedicated to nature-based carbon sequestration projects.
Okay.
And Aviva pledged 6 million Canadian dollars over the next 7 years to support targeted restoration, conservation, and carbon removal projects.
Okay.
And they're working with Nature Conservancy Canada to do that.
Oh, cool.
I just thought that was really happy. Their donation is supposed to help contribute to the conservation and restoration of 900 hectares, which is 1,520 football fields.
Okay.
So,
okay. When you say a football field, you mean like
CFL.
Okay, right.
Yeah, big. Lots of space. And it's also supposed to support a study for the carbon sequestration power of tidal marshes in Quebec and Atlantic Canada.
Oh, cool.
And after they did some analysis, Nature Conservancy Canada found 3 different high priority areas that the donation would have the most impact on: grasslands, forests, and tidal marshes. They're trying to restore more than 500 hectares of Saskatchewan's native grasslands, which means that 30 at-risk species will have more habitat.
Oh, nice.
And they also have a plan to conserve/restore 5,000 square kilometers of prairie grasslands by 2030.
Oh, okay.
Which is nice. They're also using the donation money to restore more than 100 hectares of forest in Manitoba. And that's supposed to connect movement corridors for like big, wide-ranging animals.
Oh, cool.
Which is cool. And they're also trying to conserve more than 300 hectares of tidal marshes along the St. Lawrence River because they're a buffer for extreme weather events, and they help with carbon storage and habitats for at-risk species, and they slow shoreline erosion.
Oh, cool.
Which, like, who would have thunkin'? Anyways.
Who'd have thunkin'? Oh, my goodness.
It's awesome because the partnership is for 7 years, which is a really long time.
Yeah.
You can get a lot of things done in 7 years.
No, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I'm glad that that they chose Nature Conservancy Canada because I know they're actually a good organization.
Well, like, did you hear all the stats and stuff I gave?
Yeah.
This is just from like one of the pages on their website.
That's awesome, but
yeah, it's cool
I know that a
how
lot
much
of these
research that goes into it.
Net zero
Yeah.
carbon sequestration.
They just give them money to something.
No, sometimes they actually do build, like, they build force. They literally build force. Let's just say build because it's not natural. They don't grow a forest.
Oh, yeah.
They like buy up tons of land in like the Congo or whatever, and then just have this clear cut area from before, and they just plant
the same tree,
like in a rectangle,
yeah,
all the same tree, and then within about like 10 years they're all dead anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So usually it's quite awful, but that sounds like actual good carbon.
Right?
I don't like the idea of calling it sequestration. That sounds like good nature, like good.
Yeah. High
quality investment into the planet, which
Yeah.
I really, really enjoy.
And also I have one more little stat. Nature Conservancy Canada, since 1962, which is when they started, has conserved or restored more than 15 million hectares of land.
Dude,
which,
good on them.
If we're talking about football fields, 25,333,333.
Why are we talking about football fields?
That might just help some people visualize it.
Yeah, fair enough. 25 million will help people visualize.
Isn't that cool, though?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Go
that's a lot.
them.
That's a lot of
I just thought it was interesting learning about it. I was just looking them up one day, and I was like, this is cool. It makes me feel happy, so I wanted to.
It is a genuinely cool organization with a genuinely cool approach to it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't know if you could ever... Like, I really like that they get the deed to the land. Isn't that what they do? They buy the land.
Yeah.
And now it's theirs.
Yeah.
So
nothing can happen to it.
So nothing can happen to it.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. I think that's a really good thing rather than just saying, like, getting the government to pledge they won't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Anyways, it made me happy reading about it. So.
I mean, that plus the theme tune that you sang me, like,
yeah.
it's over. I'm so happy now. I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic.
And that concludes episode 34. Done.
Goodbye. Farewell.
Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.
Oh, is that how it goes? Auf Wiedersehen. Yeah. Okay.
So long. Farewell.
Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely know the lyrics to the song. Now, anyway, if you would like to contact us to send us your stories, you don't say your cheerful earfuls or your quack questions or literally anything else, you can reach us at
thosecrazyweirdospodcast@gmail.com
or visit our website,
thosecrazyweirdos.ca.
Other than that, we wish you a fantastic week.
We wish you a fantastic week.
We wish you a fantastic week.
We wish you a happy, fantastic week.
And we'll see you next time.
Very chic.